All right, what's up, guys? I'm gonna try to make this rather quick, short attention spans for folks and all that. So all that is to say, if any of this is unclear, as always, you can hit me up. We can talk about it a little bit further. But I'm gonna be try to be right to the point with just breaking down how the next little bit of class is gonna go. So to begin with, if you want to follow along at home, I'm looking at the syllabus right now. We're coming up on week 14, and if you go to the syllabus, you'll see it says introduce interview assignment, interview prep. That's what we're going to do this week. That's what we're still going to do. This is how it's going to look different. To begin with, if you haven't already, go and please look at the interview prompt. It's on week 13. And if you had looked at it before, I actually just updated it. I kind of screwed up and called something the wrong thing. It won't really matter, but in the off chance you try to do your own research, it could mislead you. So I fixed that. Anyway, it would benefit you, I think, to go look at the prompt. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about that this coming week. And also in week 14, this isn't listed on the syllabus because I've been going back and forth about what I wanted to give to you guys out of class versus in class. Now, of course, that second one isn't an option. So I provided 2 links for you on week 14. They're rather short. They cover similar ground, but here's how I would break it down. One of the links is much more general and almost like an outline of ways to approach a group interview, which I think can be helpful, right? Just to kind of not necessarily memorize, but it's a little easier to hang on to that information, right? Because it's quicker. The other one, though, I also think is very much worth your time. Again, covers similar ground, but it goes more in depth with some of those ideas, which can help you in terms of just understanding some of what some of the advice they're giving you, right? Now, all that said, I keep talking about class, and I've already emailed you to say that we're not doing that. So what the hell am I talking about? Well, I have 2 reasons for doing this, and I'd considered it before, but I kind of have to now. I'm gonna try, God help us. Sorry if you hear kids screaming, by the way. Oh, you definitely heard that. Anyway, haha, children. We're gonna try Zoom classes this week. The good news about that, other than you not having to come in, which is I feel like is always good news. This will help us test drive, all of us individually, test drive the technology. So when it comes to the interviews, which are also going to be conducted via Zoom, kind of like we've done all semester, you get your feet wet, you hopefully iron out any kinks that come up, right? And I just think that's helpful for pretty obvious reasons. Also, to hopefully minimize possible just screw-ups with the technology, because I've heard some horror stories, we're still going to follow the groups that we have already. So what I mean is, I'm going to start it. God, I can hear them screaming if you can't. It's annoying. I'm going to open Zoom sessions, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday, same time as class, as we've had all semester, okay? So you don't have to change anything there. I'm going to send you one more email with the information for that. If you've never used Zoom before, I know a lot of you probably this semester at the very least have, but I'm sure a few of you haven't. It's pretty straightforward, actually. It's pretty bare bones, but I would advise, especially if you've never used it before, to maybe Google a tutorial and or open up the program. Definitely make an account if you don't have one yet, but open it up and mess around for a couple minutes. Just try to get the hang of it a little bit. But all that said, the email I'm going to send you, it's going to have 2 pieces of information that you're going to need. It's going to have, and I'm using my memory here to get the terminology right, but it's going to have like a meeting ID, which is going to be a string of numbers, and you can copy and paste that. Basically, when you go into Zoom, you click a button that says join, because you're going to join our meeting, right? And then you can put in the meeting ID, and that will direct you to our meeting. But I also have to put a password on it, which will also be in the email. Once you get into that meeting, another little guy will pop up in the middle of your screen asking for I think they call it a passcode. It's another string of numbers. You won't be able to copy and paste it. You'll have to, just type it like a Neanderthal. But once you get those two pieces of information in, you should be able to log into our class. My plan for those basically is to kind of like we do real class, really, you know, like wait 2 or 3 minutes at the start just to let people get logged in, especially, I mean, I'm just assuming a couple people are going to have issues. I mean, there's all kinds of things that can go haywire with this, unfortunately. But we're going to get into the meeting, the Zoom meeting. We're going to, again, hopefully hash out technical stuff first. After that, I'm going to talk to you about the links on Courseden. They're very short reads, by the way. They're not arduous at all. Take questions from you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about basically, again, it's just what it says on the syllabus. It's interview prep, okay? Yeah, and I mean, more to come on, I guess, the rest of class, how it's going to work. For right now, I really just want to set you guys up for week 14 and 15, which is what we're going to do in this video and then through this week. Beyond that, I honestly can't know, given the situation that we're in at my house. But as I said in the email, I've had a few people hit me up, which I appreciate. Currently, everyone is all right. Again, given everything that's going on in the world at the moment, it felt kind of ridiculous for me to come in with even like the dim possibility that that could be an issue. I hope all that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, as I said, if anyone has questions about anything I just said or anything involving the class, as always, I think some of you forget, it's part of my job. You can hit me up. We can talk about it. But please be looking for the email with the Zoom information. I'm about to probably go deal with my children, actually. But then after that, I'm going to work... screaming. I'm going to work to get that set up and sent to you so you have it in your inbox ready to go. And to reiterate, if you're in the Tuesday crew, we're going to meet at the same time on Tuesday, but it's going to be on Zoom, okay? Same with Thursday. If you've never used Zoom, I would check it out, maybe check out a tutorial. I would absolutely set up an account beforehand so you don't have to go through that. It is very easy. It could scare a few of you, potentially, just because it's new if you've never used it. But it's not hard. It's really not. Anyway, that's all I got. I hope everyone's well. Yeah, and maybe I'll see you electronically. Thanks.